Hello, Let's try that again. Hello, Staten Island. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning, June 30th. It is 9:32 a.m. Thanks for joining us here on SIEDC Live. My name is Todd Bivona from Gotham Trinity Productions, the digital media ambassador for the SIEDC. This is week number, 72 of this program. It is March 72. We are in phase 76. So hope everyone's doing well on this Tuesday morning. It is a bright, sunny morning. I think it actually is going to be a good day, less humidity today. And that's all from the weather service here at Cliffwood, New Jersey. Today's going to be a great show because we have a lot of news from the SIEDC. Jacqueline is chock full of information, as she always is, from the SIEDC camp, from Cesar Calero and company. I know that they're back in the offices, although they're splitting their shifts, as Jacqueline has explained. Last time she joined us from the office, and today she's joining us from home. I am joining you from my home still. We've been at Gotham every now and then, even doing these on location. We've been at Lions Pride Leadership. We've also been at the Avondale Performing Arts Center. And I think we'll be jumping around a little bit more on these Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 9:30 a.m. And happy Phase 2 to everyone, Week 2 of Phase 2. So this is a good times ahead, we feel. I think we're enjoying being outside, eating outside at the restaurants outside. Be sure to go to your member of the Executive Dining Network from the SIEDC, Max's, Eska, Angelina's, Daddy-O's. What am I missing, Jacqueline? There's plenty more. I always miss a couple. And Butchie's of Brooklyn, which is right around the corner from Gotham Trinity Productions studios and office. Casa Belvedere also. Casa Belvedere has some great email blasts that they send. I always wish I was fluent in Italian when they came through, or I wish I was in Italy, actually, or at Casa Belvedere, which is a gorgeous view. I know Gotham loves shooting up there, flying the drone up there. It's a gorgeous place. So remember to support your local restaurants, especially those that have adapted and are dining outside, setting up terraces in their back of the establishment, in the front, in the parking lot, whatever it may be. It's definitely strongly encourage you to do that. Gotham's been quite busy, as you might imagine. Our series with the Staten Island Advance Together SI Business Spotlight continues, which is an excellent segue to today's guest. Today's guest is joining us from the Staten Island Advance. He is the advertising director, or as I called him inaccurately on the Business Spotlight yesterday, the marketing director. He's the advertising director. Dan Ryan's going to join us. He has various big news to share from the Staten Island Advance and the Staten Island Media Group, which he works with. But I think that's enough for me. I think I did 2 minutes of babbling just to stretch some time. So I think it's time to bring in the Director of Marketing Outreach from the SIEDC, Jacqueline Tusheti. Jacqueline, good morning.
Good morning, Todd. Nice to see you again. I'm coming to you live from my home. Today's my work from home day. Like you said, we're working in shifts.
Okay, so you're working in shifts. So are you in Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Is that the deal, or are you still all over the place?
I am in the office on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's my schedule, and then work from home the other days.
Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay, great. Jacqueline, I wanted to mention the app for the annual business conference. I wanted just to throw it out there because I got somebody accepted me as a friend on there. It feels so good to get a friend. And I just wanted to direct people to that app and know that the business conference is still slated for October. I just thought that was very cool. I think the app is such a great idea, Jacqueline, and I think that was a smart move. I want to share that.
So the app is accessible for download via siedc.org. The app will give updates as to how we're going to facilitate the conference for this year. The date is still slated for October 8th of 2020, and we're hoping to have a slated format finalized and accessible on the app within the upcoming weeks. So if you'd like to download, you can download it for free. Please visit siedc.org and you can download the app for free there and get constant updates.
SIEDC.org, always our trusty, reliable source for all things small business and whatnot. I think is what else we got going on? Anything else from the SIEDC camp? Caesar, have anything from sitting on the mayor's panel?
So if you go to also again SIEDC.org, you can sign up for text alerts, which are straight from the meetings Caesar Claro is having with the mayor, and you'll get updates from those meetings. Right now, we're sending out updates regarding phase 3 and what everyone can expect from phase 3. So if you're interested in those updates, please go and sign up, and we send out daily text alerts having to do with phase 3 opening.
That's right. And I am receiving said alerts, and that's been very informative. And it's important to understand what's coming up in phase 3, when it's happening. Looks like there's a delay potentially in phase 3, indoor dining and whatnot. But have no fear. We're going to get over this, right, Jacqueline? And you know who's going to help us get over this? Someone who's a big Chicago fan, someone who enjoys a good piece about Michael Jordan or the Chicago Bulls or the Chicago Cubs, and someone who is joining us from his beautiful basement, beautiful bar back at home, from the Staten Island Advance. Him and his team have been getting us through all this, right, Jacqueline? The reporters who've been on the front lines reporting every day, live programming, live shows throughout the day, and giving us the exclusive news and updates that we need to know as a borough. Let's bring in Dan Ryan, again, the advertising director for the Staten Island Advance. Dan, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you on, Dan. How's everything going? What's the latest? What do we got going on in the world of Staten Island Advance?
Well, before we get to that, I just want to say you kind of hurt my feelings a little bit when you said I was a Cubs fan, because I'm a White Sox fan. I'm a South Sider. I'm a born and raised South Sider, and then medicated in Staten Island. So
I botched that. I apologize. Although I do like the Cubs more than the White Sox. But anyway, go Sox, go Jordan, go Bulls, go Staten Island Advance, go Dan Ryan. What do you got for us?
So, well, we've been doing a ton. And, to your point, our reporters have gone above and beyond. They've really done an incredible job right now, being able to keep us informed, get the word out there of what's happening in a local market, because we're really the only local news and media source out there to bring local news. So our reporters have changed their lives. They've stepped up to the plate, and they've done everything they can. They put themselves in dangerous situations to be out there for everybody. And it's really, I'm proud to work with them and stand side by side with them as we've gotten through this whole pandemic to this point. The important thing is for us to be there now for businesses. The Staten Island Advance has been around for 134 years. So when Caroline Harrison, our publisher, made the announcement yesterday of the matching grant program for any local business on Staten Island, it was such a proud moment for me to be able to say that we can bring this into the community. We can help small businesses survive and get their word out there and help them really be able to understand what their marketing needs and what they need to do to be able to get extra visibility for themselves while they're trying to come out of this pandemic, and while they're trying to figure out what's going on with the mayor and the governor, and being able to really not anticipate or know what's going to happen in the next couple of days. Right. We want to continue to be that resource for them, to lean on us, know that there's a little bit of help out there for us to be able to share their message with them, and to letting the community know who's open, who's not open. We even have free opportunities like the Rally for Staten Island program that any small business can sign up for. And also for the Together SI program that Todd, that you host, we would be able to, if somebody wanted to share their business story, they could go to tips@siadvance.com, share their story, share what they're doing, share the good things, the positive things, how they've been able to adapt their business in this time period. And we could help share their story in any way possible.
And that's very important now, Dan. I mean, again, we're in phase 2. Happy week 2, phase 2. Slowly getting ourselves into to phase 3 here, but it's important. A lot of people lost out on revenue the past few months, right, Dan? And I think this is an important grant that the Staten Island Advance has offered in order to get people's name out there and their businesses out there best they can in front of the Staten Island Advance's audience. I tell people who we interview on this business spotlight, your audience is 132,000 people on Facebook, 25 59,000 people on YouTube, 59,000 people on Instagram. I mean, there's the proof's in the pudding as far as your reach, Dan. So it's very important. Do you want to get a little bit more into the grant, how it works, and how could someone who's watching apply for said grant, Dan?
Yeah, it's a very easy process. Any business owner is eligible to be able to sign up. You just have to go to the Staten Island Media Group.com/cares URL. And once you click on that, you'll be able to see a note from our publisher, from Caroline Harrison, explaining what the program is and how, if it wasn't for the small businesses and moms and pops on the island, we wouldn't exist. So we want to be able to give back and be able to do something in the community, and this is the best way possible. So you have to follow and fill out a quick form. It takes about 2 minutes. It just asks you a couple questions about your business, and then once that online grant application is processed, myself and a couple team members will be in touch with you within the day, and then we'll talk to you about timing wise and eligibility and potential advertising capabilities that you'll have and that you'll be able to take advantage of during this time.
And which is going to be huge. And Dan, just give us that site again. I think we're going to pull it up for everyone to see.
StatEnIslandMediaGroup.com/cares.
Mediagroup.com/cares. All right, I'm going to it right now. I'm going to pull it up. Director Mike Grazioso. I'm going to share my screen right now, and we're going to show everyone what it is that we are talking about. It's a lot easier to show as opposed to just talk to it. So here we go. This is $2.5 million pledge, as Dan Ryan mentioned here. And here it is, Staten Island .com, Staten Island Advance Cares, local matching grant program. $2.5 million in matching grants. And there's a quick message. And from the publisher, of course, here's the how-to. And that's the form that you were talking about, right, Dan? This is just a quick form in order to fill out, right?
Yep, just scroll through that, fill out that quick form. There's a handful of questions there. And again, it shouldn't take more than 2-3 minutes to be able to fill out.
Yeah.
And this program, it's really great because it's built around this $2.5 million allocation is built around the third quarter, which for Staten Islanders is usually often a time where people don't put a lot of investment into marketing or advertising because it's summer months, people go away, but they need to be able to make up a year in a 6-month window. So
right.
We're trying to infuse this boost for them to let businesses know that they're open, what offerings they have. Who's doing outdoor, who's doing, who's still doing curbside, who's doing delivered groceries,
right.
who's doing telehealth, who's doing in-house doctor's visit. People need to start their personal care again, so we're putting this infusion of these potential marketing dollars for a business into the third quarter. So that way they could get a solid boost in what's usually a softer time for them.
Dan, what's obviously the Staten Island Advance platform is going to be doing this, but much like you guys did with Together SI, is this also content going to be released in drips and drabs day by day, or are you going to have a dedicated website like you did Rally for Staten Island? I popped that up not too long ago, rallyforstatenisland.com. Is it going to be something like that, or are we going to see drips and drabs in the paper and online offerings? What's the approach of utilizing those said marketing dollars and then getting the word out there? Is it in the form of articles, banner ads? Go ahead, Dan.
So it's a variety of things. In advertising and marketing, there's no real silver bullet and just being able to put your ad in one place and expect that it's going to work. So we have multiple outlets within our own platform of SI Live and with the Advance, where you'd be able to have a combination of display advertising, video impressions, sponsored content, which are advertorial articles that are written about your business, and you control the message. You get 100% of the advertising space around those articles. And it's also in print. So it's a variety of being able to have target market audiences that are very specific to this local geography and behaviors and trends that people follow and the way that people consume things. We're able to target the local consumers to be able to get your message in front of the right audience at the right time. Right. So each plan is going to be very unique and specific to each business and business owner. Each business owner has different goals. Each business owner has a variety of things that they want to accomplish. So as we're talking to each of the business owners that apply for the grant, We'll be able to establish what their KPIs are, what their goals are, how to be able to really achieve getting their message out in front of the community the way that they want to, in a way that's going to bring an actual return to their business.
Right.
So that's what we work for. The Rally for Staten Island site, if you guys could bring that one up also, I don't know if that's possible, but it's a microsite on SI Live it's a free directory listing for any business to go onto. You're able to go in there. This also just takes a couple of minutes. Pop your logo in, pop the type of business you are in there, share. I think it's about 140 characters that you could share about your business. There it is. And so if you scroll a little bit, you'll be able to see, you'll be able to sort by your offerings, the timeliness of it, the type of business that you are. And then as you can continue to scroll down, you'll be able to see each of these different business. They're able to put their name, their identity, who they are, what their offerings are. If there's say they want to do a 10% off right now or a $50 coupon for a service, they're able to put that in there and have some form of incentive. And this is completely free, and it's built into this microsite off of SI Live.
This is great.
Again, we're just, we're here for the community. We're trying to do everything that we can to be able to really get exposure for the mom and pops, for the cornerstone businesses of this island, from the legacy businesses that have been here for hundreds of years to the mom and pops that are up and coming, just like you guys, So
Sure.
We want to be here for everybody. And we're trying to create different scenarios that really allow people to share their story and just get exposure out there when everybody we know has taken such a great hit during this time.
Dan, I'm the digital media ambassador for the SIEDC, as you've known and you've heard me say for the past 37 weeks here in quarantine. Tell me about the digital media targeting and the importance of it, and then dive into it. I'm not just saying this because we're a video production company, or maybe I am, but the importance of video, the importance of targeted marketing on social media platforms, and value in websites, Dan. So just give me a digital media broad brush over how this could help businesses and impact them in such a big way in this digital media space, Dan.
Well, people consume so much information, so much media on their phones right now that really we're able to collect data based on people's profiles. When they're able to take a look online at anything, behind the scenes, people are collecting and aggregating data and building out buckets, which are basic profiles of what people's interests and intents are. So based on that, you're able to really define a custom audience targeted to likes, dislikes, populations, demographics, everything from the type of who a person is to their household income to all these profiles are built out. Traditional marketing is built in a way where you put up a billboard or you do something and you hope that somebody sees it. And you hope that it's out there to the masses, and you hope that it's kind of a top of the funnel branding effort, where within digital media, you could follow a total consumer journey from top to bottom, from display ads on SI Live and in the newspaper, to then taking people through that consumer journey by telling their story. And you could tell their story through sponsored content, through social media, and then really overall, you're able to drag them through that consumer funnel to where they want to be able to take action for something. And then you start applying the direct response marketing, which is pay-per-click, SEM. That's really the bottom of the funnel and the digital consumer's path to purchase. But the overarching thing, to answer part of your question, is health of a website. SEO, search engine optimization, is something that should be considered a core investment of a business and not so much of a marketing expense. Because when you have an SEO program, your website is your online storefront. So that is really built around who you are. It's the foundation and the core of any sort of marketing program that you should have. And it's a long-term investment, but it's meant to be looked at as to be able to take care of the health and the strength of your overall website. So that way, when you spend marketing dollars on the top of the funnel, in the middle of the funnel, and they get to that conversion point with SEM and SEO, you're going to be relevant, and you're going to be best set up to be able to have that user in their user experience make some form of conversion.
Right.
And that's ultimately what you want. Video, to your point, video plays an interesting role because it's kind of, it's really one of the strongest mid-funnel types of products, but it's definitely the largest rising form of consumption of any form of media. So to your point, video is very important in our world today, and it helps not only grab people's attention spans, but it helps engage people at different points in the funnel. So you're able to run video advertisements on a platform like SI Live, almost like a modern day commercial, but it's in a device, it's in your hand, it's on your tablet. Or you're able to take that video and then repurpose that. You're able to put video into your sponsored content. So you could have written content paired with video content, which is really engaging. You could put it into your social media, which always drives better results in social media. Again, just because that attention span that people, people's attention spans are shrinking, to be able to get a full message in somebody while they're just scrolling through with their thumb through social media. It's video is something that really grabs people and catches their attention.
I'm wondering about attention spans during COVID and how I wonder if that altered. I'm curious if someone's doing a study, how that might have shifted because you got nothing else to do. You're not nearly as busy. You don't have many places to go. I'm just asking, Dan. I'm not asking you to pull out some statistics here.
Listen, all of that stuff, any of that kind of information is always being tracked. We watch ebbs and flows of visibility. I'll tell you, our personal site traffic over doubled with consumption of content during the COVID period. So I would assume that people's ingestion of content through devices, a lot of people have cut the cord. People stream a lot of TV now. There's all different forms of ways that advertisers could get into people's streaming devices now.
Right.
But a lot of people disconnected too, or they consciously take time to disconnect so that the content that they're consuming is very specific, which leads to the point of why you have to have target marketing, because you're able to get the visibility at a frequency and a recency that's going to resonate with the consumer.
Dan, you've been speaking a lot about what Staten Island Advance is doing for the community. Jaclyn Taschetti, who has internet from a potato, unfortunately unable to join us live here again. She was able to say hello, but then her dial-up just cut out. She has a great question. The Staten Island Advance does so much to support the community. How can the community support the Staten Island Advance, Dan?
You guys do on a regular basis. I mean, the biggest way that you guys can help is being able to go on and sign up for the subscription program that's been being promoted on SI Live. As you know, there's a print subscription eligibility that people could go in and call our circulation team and sign up for if people still are interested in the newspaper. And then online there is a digital subscription program that you've probably seen articles from our editor, from Brian Leyline, and from some of our really neat profiles on some of our reporters, from Tracy Papora to Mark Stein, Pam Silvestri, Tom Roboleski, Shane DeMayo. All these guys are out there, and there's interesting features that are going on about them, but it's really, we want to be able to share the fact that we could bring local news, local content, and it's the only place that's really offering it in Staten Island.
That's right.
So that local subscription to SI Live, if you're able to go on there, it's also going to afford you the ability to get access to all the exclusive content that's on SI Live as well. So that's something, it's something that's new to SI Live. But it's definitely something that's going to help support local journalism in our market and be able to really continue the ability to bring Staten Islanders as a whole a local voice, a local news source, somebody that's trusted, somebody, it's an organization that is 100% dedicated to the community.
Right.
And that's really, that's what we care about, is being there for Staten Island.
That's right, and I actually subscribe to the digital subscription myself, and I actually appreciate getting the emails where we get to know the reporters. I feel like once a week, I think it is, you get a little in-depth look into the reporters and what, where their background is from and whatnot. And Dan, I just want to echo, coming from a sports communication journalism background myself, I know the integrity of true journalists who are on the front lines and reporting the facts and sharing relevant information. And again, the Staten Island Advance has been doing an amazing job doing that. And quite frankly, in some precarious situations, specifically in the past 4 months, whether it's unrest or COVID or just general news, it's been pretty impressive.
Yeah, if you take a look, Victoria Priola, she's been out there in the restaurants who are open, trying to share, share the message. But, so many photographers like Dan Soma and our sports guys, Charlie and Joe, like these guys, they're all shifting around and pitching in. Everybody's really been doing an incredible job. And like I said, they're 100% dedicated to our community. And we really just want to continue to be able to bring that message and that voice to Staten Island. And so, anybody who signs up for a subscription it's support, and we love the support. We want to continue supporting the community. So anybody who can do so, we appreciate it.
So head online, SILive.com, and you'll be able to see the digital subscription, able to sign up. There's a little bar on the bottom of the screen. You'll be able to hit that, and you'll be able to sign up real quick. And there is, as Dan Ryan mentioned, a lot of exclusive content coming out of the SI Live again. And if you have the digital subscription, you're able to view that stuff. For instance, there's an article today about fireworks, and that's exclusive content, only able to get in that digital subscription. So it's rallyforstatenisland.com. It's SILive.com. It's Staten Island Media Group /cares, right?
Staten Island Media Group .com/cares is the $2.5 million matching grant program. And don't forget Together SI.
And don't forget Together SI, the business spotlight. Today we went inside Caroline's closet. Caroline Noche, who started the business, and you'll love this, Dan. She started her business during COVID. She started 3 weeks, a month ago, and she noticed that people still wanted to spend money, and she's selling clothes from inside her closet, and that people are enjoying that. So it's a good example of Together SI, people seeing, you know what, we can do this together. We can get through this. So it's been good. All right, I think we're at 10 o'clock. Any parting words, Mr. Bulls fan?
No, I'm good. Listen, I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate the SIEDC and the membership. Being able to be on the board of directors for the EDC has really been something that I'm proud of, and I'm happy to be able to be on here and share our message from what we at the Advance are doing in the community. And honestly, for any business owner out there, if we could be a support in any way, reach out. My phone number, my cell phone number is 917-525-9389. Any member from the SIEDC, any of the other business groups on the island, any business owner on the island, feel free to reach out to me. And if there's any way we could help, we want to be that resource to you.
Dan, Gotham Trinity Productions is nowhere without you, bud. So we appreciate your help. We appreciate all you're doing for not only us, but everyone in Staten Island. It's really been amazing these past few months to be chatting with you. So thanks for the time this morning. I know you got a busy day ahead, so we're going to let you go. We're going to wrap up this program. Dan, thanks so much, bud.
Thank you, guys.
All right. That was, again, Dan Ryan, the sales director, over at the Staten Island Advance. No, it's not sales, Todd. It's advertising. Crikey. I'll get it right at some point. Anyway, so those are a few things you need to check out, right? Rallyforstatenisland.com, Staten Island Media Group .com/cares. That's for the $2 million matching grant. It's a quick form to fill out. Gotham Trinity Productions did it. We encourage you to do it if you're watching this and you're a small business looking for some marketing efforts, dollars going towards marketing efforts in the Staten Island Advance. And remember, people, Staten Island Advance is your #1 source for local news, local sports, local entertainment, and getting the word out there about what's going on in Staten Island only. And it's a great way to spread the word about your brand and what it is you're doing, especially during these uncertain times, no matter what phase you're in, whether you've been open or you're going to be opening. It's important to get your name out there, get your word out there. In the words of the great Vinny Bonomi, be seen, stay relevant. Again, Dan, we appreciate Dan. And remember, if you need some videos, we are your source. He mentioned it. Videos are important, impactful videos, dynamic videos. Get yourself in front of a camera, look down the barrel of a lens, talk to your audience. There's nothing better. There's nothing like it, people. And there's driving music, driving video. There's animations that we can provide, and we'd be happy to do so. As the digital media ambassador, we guarantee Gotham's got this. My name is Todd Bivona, reporting for the Gotham Trinity Productions. I almost said Staten Island Advance. Not reporting for the Staten Island Advance for this show. Thank you for watching SIEDC Live on this Tuesday, June 30th. It is 10:03 a.m. We hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks so much to Jacqueline Tusheti, Mike Raziuso, working hard behind the scenes as the director, and of course, our guest, our friend, Dan Ryan, the advertising director of the Staten Island Advance. We'll see you next time.